or something?
Let me do that. Let me just cut and paste them.
Yeah, we're live, by the way, just so you know. So we're going to watch you cutting
Yeah.
and pasting. It's amazing. Watch this. This is a maestro at work. Look at the furrowed brow, and it's hard to tell how furrowed it is, but and the can't make, and you want to try to make him smile while he's doing it, because then that fucks him up. So I'll tell you. Yeah. So the story is basically I cleaned up this keyboard that my son lent me, and he goes and he's like, "Oh my god, that looks amazing! Like, how did you do that?"
So
I'm
nice.
like, "What do you mean? How did I do it? I cleaned it." And he's like, "So," and I'm thinking like, "Oh, good, this is exciting," because then he's going to clean his. No, he goes, "Hey, Dad, while I'm at school today, here's my keyboard. You want to give it a go?" Perfect. But his is, it's like it weighs a ton.
Yeah, they put like a plate in there, so they have like just a metal plate.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So while we're doing this stream, I'm going to be cleaning his keyboard because I forgot about it. And, you know, I'd hate to be that father who lets his little prince of a son down in any way. But I don't think this one's connected, so I don't think we should have the same problem as last time when I showed it to you and hung up.
Hey, Katie, it missed us. There is somebody that missed us.
Someone missed us?
True. Yeah.
Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Like a week? Like at the end. No, like we didn't do it the 1 week, and we didn't do it this week. Or no, last week.
No, that's this week. This week is this week. Last week. Yeah. Tell me if this is driving you crazy, the sound. I'm just
I love it.
Cleaning
I love it.
But
I'm just
then
like
again,
I would chew tinfoil for fun. So, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. We need tinfoil. Good thing. Put that on the list.
Yeah.
So Lance, you've got some topics for today. Can I hijack you with one question to start?
You can do whatever. Yes.
I have to do this thing tomorrow, which you and I know about, but we're not allowed to share.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be working with a lot of people with disabilities, a lot of people with physical disabilities. I don't know about developmental disabilities, but certainly physical disabilities. And I suddenly went, I'm nervous. Like, why am I nervous? Like, why am I nervous? And it's because I just don't want to like inadvertently insult or embarrass them or me or any like. So I guess my question as a pathetic Abe to you is, any tips, tricks, things you do or don't? I mean, like what do you got?
You know, I went through this when I was teaching high school because I'm just me and I love getting people giving me shit.
Right.
And like
you may not be the typical.
I may not. That's where I'm worried is that I'm not. Because like one of the kids, they all called me GimpyG because even back then my license plate has always been GimpyG.
Did you get that license plate back after the fire, by the way?
Yep.
Oh, good man. No.
It turns out there wasn't a run on GimpyG.
There wasn't what?
A run on the name GimpyG.
Bizarre. Nobody went in and snatched it while they could.
Weird. Yeah. But like one kid, I go, "Oh, come on, dude, it's easy." And he's like, "No, it's not." And he jumps up and goes, "You know what's easy?" And he started doing a soft shoe kind of tap dance in front of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, "No, you do."
Now you do it.
Right. And I'm laughing, and all the kids are laughing. Like, you know what, guys? Just for your own personal information, when you go to college and meet somebody in a wheelchair, start slow.
Yeah, don't jump straight into soft shoeing in front of them. Yeah,
don't go into full GimpyG.
Fair enough.
We're making direct fun of how you look and
right.
what you can't do, those kind of things,
Okay.
So yeah.
I think that's generally I err on the side of caution, as you know, just in general.
Yeah.
I tend to shy away from controversy anytime I can.
I say a lot of, "What's that on your shirt?" Then you flick their nose. Do that kind of thing, Dave.
A lot of that stuff. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Like isn't that like I mean, this is, I guess, one of the things why people push for people to be working with each other, and that it's not equal and separate. It's equal and together. Right. I mean, it's that whole kind of.
Oh.
So how do you
can pretend like you're a Daniel Day-Lewis. And you go in there and you're just like, "Fuck off, cripple."
Right. That was my left foot.
I just thought he was always in character, right?
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, I don't know. He seems like a very method kind of guy.
Who's the other one that is all the time? The guy that played Joker. I don't remember his name.
Oh. Which one? Which one
I
who
don't
played
know
Joker?
the latest one that was on like Suicide Squad. He's really weird.
Oh, not Jared Leto.
Yeah, that guy.
He has like a cult though. Like he literally has like he does like
Wow.
island retreats and stuff. Just so everyone knows, I'm here. I am just cleaning this here. So,
Cleaning his son's
you know
keyboard.
why? I'm just showing off that I can clean my keyboard, but Lance can't. I'm just gonna.
Ha
I'll
ha.
just. These are the kind of things I should point out at our little read through thing. Huh?
Mostly, I don't get my keyboard messy though. So ha ha ha
Oh, that's true.
ha
Yeah,
ha
yeah.
ha
We've
ha
got
ha.
that's the problem with using the. That's the problem with using the keyboard like Baz does. Is there's usually like there's chips going as he's playing the game. Like, yeah, and this so this so I,
Yeah.
yeah, he's like, well, you can take the keys off. I was like, I don't want to take the keys off because I don't want to know what's under the
What's
keys.
under there?
Frankly,
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm expecting some kind of small biome of some sort. That's
Yeah. Some new
all right.
life form.
So basically, when working with people with disabilities, respectful and slow to start, but obviously don't be sort of pussyfooting around things after a while. Basically, is that what
God,
you're saying?
I wish I knew because I know how I would like to be approached,
Mm.
and I know that if you could,
But you're a weirdo. Like you're
kind of.
like, yeah.
Yeah, like when you come in, just exactly what you do with everybody else. When you come in, if you shake hands with everybody and they're there, don't look at them like, oh, what am I gonna do? So you just go over there and maybe pat them on the shoulder. Or
Yeah. What do you do
are
instead of
you
a
comfortable
handshake?
with that? I just headbutts. Not really, but
But that is an interesting question, though. Like, because I don't know who's able to shake hands and who's not. That's a good question.
right. So
Oh, now I'm even more scared. Thanks, Lance. You're really
no
helping me.
problem, no
Yeah,
problem.
great.
So
I'm
like I said,
emotionally fragile.
the people who no, if you just come over and do the pat on the shoulder.
But isn't that an invasion of space, though?
I guess, but what space do we have? So few people even want to look at us, let alone touch us, that I feel like that's more of a plus than a minus.
Really?
Well, that's the way I feel.
Yeah, it's
so I'm not
weird,
sure.
Isn't it? Yeah, because that's counter to so much of the stuff that you read and hear about, which is like, oh, you got to respect. You don't touch wheelchairs. You don't touch. I mean, and so. Not that I'm going to run around going like, oh, you know what? Can I sit there? And then just sort of move people out of the way.
You grab their chair and start pushing around.
I feel like that's probably not going to happen. But
making motorcycle noises.
Got it. Some motorcycle noises, or it's the alcohol fumes from trying to clean Baz's keyboard.
Yeah.
It's the motorcycle noises that pushed it over the edge into truly inappropriate. I felt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've sidetracked you enough, and you're useless and no help to me at all. So, so what is our discussion today? What have we got? Who can we offend today?
Let's see. So this has been put off. Well, let me actually catch people up on life minutes.
Oh yeah.
So I became a great uncle for the first time.
So great uncle, how does that work? What is great uncle?
I think it's just when your niece or nephew has a kid, right?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that make you a great uncle?
Okay. That would make me very nervous, but yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm already.
How old is she?
27.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah.
That's
too early to be not too early to be having kids. All right. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Well, congratulations.
Not like Hewlett. Wait till you're got osteoporosis.
Yeah. Wait till wait till the last possible second, because God knows we got things to do, Lance. Things to do.
Eggs are shriveling. Swimmers are dying.
Oh yeah. There's like 1 in 1,000 is getting through at this point.
Right.
If that. Yeah. Okay. So 27 years old, baby, boy, girl.
Lilo. Baby girl, Lilo.
Baby. Nice. Very, very nice. What's her name again? Leo?
Lilo. Lilo and Stitch.
Like Lilo and Stitch? Really?
And I'm telling you, I think she's going to look just like her because she's mixed. You know, and she's so adorable.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I know I must love her because newborn babies are not adorable. So
there's something.
Man, my straw pal.
There's something about.
Thanks.
I found again. There's something about when they're yours, like when Baz was born. I felt slightly guilty because I was like, it's cute. Like the connection was not like it. There's a weird connection because you're just in the way. You're just between them and mom's breast, basically. So it's an odd dynamic at first, but man, when they start laughing at your jokes and smiling, oh, you're doomed. You're doomed.
Yeah.
Doomed, I
Well,
say.
I love the teddy bear phase of babies, like when they're 6 months to
Mm-hmm.
like 9, 10 months or a year.
There's got to
The-
be some kind. Ours looked like a frog. Baz didn't have a chin. Like I literally, he was
oh,
born,
neat.
and they hand me the kid, and I'm like, could you just go back in and just check see if there was a chin
It's,
in there somewhere? Like, uh,
and what's the cone head? I know it was a
looked
thing
like
in
a
the
frog.
70s.
Yeah. Well, that's literally, isn't that? That's it. Literally gets like squashed.
Yeah.
Babies are tough, man. Well, babies are tough. Women are tough. I don't know how they.
Well, this baby was in the 95th percentile on skull measurement.
Oh dear God.
So,
Oh, the
I mean,
poor woman. Okay, all right.
and you look at my head and I'm like, okay, yeah, see,
That's true.
it's in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn
yep.
you, cars. Yeah.
And you know, huge skulls,
Yeah, your
not compatible.
giant craniums, and you're saying that not to go to too many details, but sister had
That's fine.
but niece had a hard time
A
with it.
really hard time. She had see, I can't remember. I must have said this off. She had a real bad bleed, and she had to
Right.
get blood and stuff like that. And then afterwards, she had preeclampsia.
Yeah,
which was,
someone will explain that to us. I should know this because my father is, an
OBGYN.
OBGYN, or as we call it, OB-GYN, because
Whoa.
we're weird. But apparently I say a lot of things in a weird way that is not
You say
normal.
pasta.
I say pasta. Someone laughed at me for pasta the other day. What do you say?
Pasta.
What are you, English all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Pasta. It's pasta.
Pasta.
Come on, pasta. It's pasta,
It,
You been watching any of these sports games?
hmm?
Yeah. Well, I have.
Like what?
Because I have a son, and he makes me watch freaking hockey now.
Oh,
You don't know.
Avalanche got knocked out.
Oh, did they? Oh, so you don't care now.
That's my Colorado.
No, the Leafs
and then
the Leafs are up there, so
the Nuggets are out now. I mean, no,
you know why? Because they're called the Nuggets. That's the stupidest freaking name. Who wants to be on a team called the Nuggets?
It's about gold or something. I don't know.
I mean, Leafs, I guess, isn't much better. Ooh, a Leaf.
Ooh, Leafs, terrifying.
Yeah. Timberwolves versus the Leaves. You know who's going to win? The Timberwolves, because they're wolves and the other ones are leaves. Yeah.
Unless they don't like veggies.
It's very strange to me to be watching sports.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't for very long.
I'm not sure that I'm particularly taking.
I don't really. Can I be truthful? I don't see the strategy in basketball, hockey, or soccer.
Soccer, I'm beginning to understand. And Bass said something fascinating to me, where he said if you consider every game like a story, and there's all these different stories going on, and I found that's kind of interesting. That sort of clicked in for my little artsy brain.
Yeah.
And I started going like, oh, he doesn't like him, and oh, they're almost going to fight, and oh, he's trying to get him back for it's like that kind of stuff. So
a soccer fight, but anyway, so like hockey guys, they don't got no teethers. They've
got no teeth.
They'll sock the shit out of each other.
They have no teeth,
right?
They're literally like,
just take it.
And I couldn't get over it. And the hits they take, and then they just get up again. I'm like, that would not
right. It looks like they should die.
I'm done. Like I'm
Why
done.
are they not dead?
Emotionally, I'm dead after a couple of those hits. Now I'm just cleaning his mouse too, because that is absolutely
mandatory.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. He does not have a sophisticated mouse. I thought he had some like buttons on the side.
It's a special.
It's a razor, but how many buttons are on the side there?
Just 2. He's not playing he's playing the twitchy games. He's not playing.
Oh yeah. He's not playing like role playing or something where you need like.
No, he does play League of Legends though, so that might. Oh my god, like that is. I don't know if you're getting this, but look at that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's call him Pigpen.
Jesus. Yeah. Can we just burn it? Oh, sorry about your computer. Sorry about your computer, Baz. I just burned it.
It caught on fire from all the alcohol I was using to clean it.
It's true. I passed out on it. Okay. All right. Sorry. So back to niece.
Yeah. Got baby at home here because.
Oh. Okay.
Because Chloe's not well, right?
Right.
So it's kind of a whole all hands on deck. So that's.
Wow. Okay. So that really is.
Yeah.
How did you get to tuck away and do this then? Or are they just glad to be
now right now it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's getting, but we're getting further away from when we did our meeting with the Canadian scientist, that was
Which was
there was
it?
all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh, the Let's Talk Science. We haven't talked to people about that, have we? Oh, we
We
did that
haven't.
instead. So I've seen you, but not everyone else has. That's a good point. I forgot about
Right,
that.
right, right.
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah,
seen us,
yeah.
but we've seen each other.
Yes, it's true. It's true. We have a whole life behind these
True.
screens.
Hmm.
True. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's very exciting. Yes, that was a fun chat. I got to say.
It was so nice.
And
Conan is really a
oh
nice
my
guy.
God, he's a nice guy, and also that presentation he put together was freaking ace.
It was nice,
He
right? It
was
was
like
good.
bang on. Like there was some really neat stuff. He stole a whole bunch of stuff that I was going to use. I wanted to talk about the Gillian Anderson effect, the Scully effect, but he already got that in there. So
Okay,
he didn't
yeah.
steal anything. He was just on the ball in a way that
I think everybody should know this. So we were talking about how to get kids involved in science, and the Gillian Anderson for people under 40. You see, there was a show
called
called
the
X
X
Files.
Files, which we loved.
It
Didn't you
was
love it? I
awesome.
loved it. I loved
I
that show.
loved it. The one
Yeah.
with the peacock still freaks me out.
That was
You
my
know,
first binge watch. My first experience with binge
really,
watching was yeah, it was X Files. Yeah,
I
yeah,
love X Files.
yeah, yeah. Me too.
I wonder, did Sigourney have an impact on the 80s?
Oh yeah, that makes
Sigourney
sense.
Weaver?
Of course, that was that was the first of the so-called embold like the strong female characters where people were just where men could
Oh,
only conceive of strong female characters literally being strong. Like they
yeah.
had to be like men basically for them to be strong characters in movies back then.
You know, I kind of worry about that in movies even now where
Mm.
they have to go through and beat up 7 guys to
Yeah.
be a tough guy girl, when instead they would be poisoning them and stabbing them in the throat when they're
They'd be
not.
like so much smarter than actually like
Yeah,
getting
so
caught
much
murdering
smarter.
them. Yeah,
They wouldn't
exactly.
be getting like broken ribs and
Yeah.
stuff. They'd be like,
Why
oops, everybody's
why
dead.
blow it up when they can have a nasty little accident? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're way
yeah,
smarter than that.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's look, I watched another horror film last night
Ooh.
called The Wind, which sounds like a whole other kind of horror, but it's
Yeah, it
it's
sounds like a party
it's
show.
terrible. Yeah, I had the most terrible gas last night. But no, it's called The Wind, and it's a Western horror directed by a woman. And I gotta say, I think most of my favorite, even if I don't love everything about the film, there's just always something off about the way women direct their horror stuff, which just makes it so good.
He
And
he
this
doesn't
was,
mean off. He means just a special.
I mean,
je
well,
ne- je
off
ne
in a
sais
good
quoi.
way. Off in
Yeah.
a good way, like horror. You want horror to surprise you. Like that's why you don't watch horror
Right.
knowing what's going to happen. You want things to go, oh God, and oh no, please, that kind of. And I find that women directors and writers tend to be so much more surprising to this old, white guy. So
Yeah.
so I think it's that's my pitch for diversity in film is I just think that you just get more surprisingly interesting stories. It's not a perfect film. There's definitely some issues, and I got confused on some stuff. But man, there were a couple of jump scares in there that I was.
Ooh, gotcha, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got somebody recommended something for you then.
So what do you got?
Ooh, I'd recommend
Eternaut.
Eternaut.
Eternaut. If you guys haven't seen it yet, unsettling sci-fi. Well, I do like myself
Ooh.
unsettling sci-fi. Have
You
you seen
know,
A Violent Nature?
yeah.
I not only have I seen A Violent Nature, I met the director and the producer, and they're fabulous, and I love that film. Love
I
it.
believe you have one. I'm not sure. But,
I have a producer that I love very much. It's true, yeah.
well, I met A Violent Nature.
A Violent Nature.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's they would call it a slow horror. So
Really?
there's no jump scares. There's none, not really. But it's basically it's a bit like it's a bit like you're following Jason around the forest. So it's almost
Okay.
like a Guildenstern, Rosencrantz Guildenstern, but for horror. So instead of being at the camp, sleepaway camp, and then people get murdered, you're the murderer. So you kind of just
Oh,
see
really?
but so as a result, most of the movie is literally like
Yeah, I imagine.
he's just walking through the forest. Like it's
Shouldn't
freaking
he
hilarious.
teleport always figured they had to secretly have teleport.
Well, not in this one. This one, he took a long time. There's like literally like 5-minute shots of him just walking through the forest, and you find yourself, you sort of get into the sense of the speed, and then when the violence happens, you're like, oh God, he's like, it's just,
Why am I doing this?
it's one of the most horrendous murders I've ever seen in that. Let's
Dude,
just say it
have you ever
involves
watched-
yoga.
What's it called? Bone Tomahawk?
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Oh my God.
I
Talk
hold that
about
one up as
violent murder.
that is
Whoa.
the best horror Western I think there is. I can't
Whoa.
think of another one that's that good. That's why I wanted to see The Wind, because I love Bone Tomahawk.
Like I watch Kurt Russell, I see Captain Ron, I see, all these, what was that World's Strongest Man back in the his Disney
And now
days?
you're really aging. Now you're like talking about the Sunday evening Disney shows and stuff. Yeah.
I'm from a town that they would actually replay like That Darn Cat at the theater.
My God,
when I was a kid, even so.
Yeah. I got the book of That Darn Cat because I don't know what I didn't get from the movie, but
yeah, well, you want to get in the head.
No, you know what my favorite was? Here's one for you. I bet you like this one too. Beyond Witch Mountain, Escape from Witch Mountain.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh my God, I love those films. I wanted telekinesis powers so badly.
Me too. Me too.
But I used to have nightmares about my clothes coming to life and floating around the room. Like, remember he does that thing where he's got the harmonica and he's doing the harmonica and the clothes start dancing? Well, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world until I went to bed. And then I'd lie in bed.
Like,
yeah. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty wild. A first-person POV movie. That's interesting. It's actually not, hey, Acadia, it's actually not a first-person movie. It has a first-person feel to it, but it's not actually strictly first-person. If you want a strictly first-person crazy, it's not actually strictly first-person either, but basically one-shot movie. It's called MADS, MADS, and it's a zombie outbreak movie. Oh my God. Have you seen that, Lance? Have you seen that one?
No, you told me about it. That's how come I remembered.
It's good. It's good. I mean, again, not perfect, but man, like, because it's one shot, right? So you're like driving along or whatever, and then he'll like lean out of frame for a second. You're like, oh no, what's going to happen? Because you know that they're leaning off to apply makeup or a bullet wound or, like, so there's all sorts of, it's just, it's so good. So good. Oh yes. Caitlin Scott, The Rule of Jenny Penn is also really good. This is not a horror. I need to do another horror. I got to do another horror stream. Yes, The Rule of Jenny Penn is fantastic. Australian film. Australian? No, New Zealand film. And
wait, doesn't it have John Lithgow?
Starring John Lithgow doing a New Zealand accent, which is wild.
Really? Do you have like how many degrees of separation between Hewlett and Lithgow?
0.
I feel like you guys would be chums.
Yeah,
0 degrees.
Yeah, I worked with him. I worked with him on Rise of the Apes, and he's absolutely the most wonderful person that.
Oh my God!
Forget just Hollywood. He's just the most wonderful person.
He seems like it.
My favorite story about him was first day of shooting with him, because I'm supposed to beat him up. Basically, I'm like as always, the asshole.
Wow.
And so we did like one of the scenes we had together, and then he gets wrapped, so he goes off, and I'm still around doing some stunt stuff to do, and so I'm on set, and all of it. And we're on the street, like this whole street in Vancouver is all closed down. Like all these little cameras everywhere because they're doing all the motion capture stuff. And there's this like kerfuffle at the end of the street, and the security parks, and there's and this van comes in, and out jumps John Lithgow, and he says, David, I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to say thank you for today. It was wonderful. Lovely to meet you. I can't wait to do it again. See you later. I was on my way and I realized I hadn't said, so I wanted to come back. And so he came back to say thank you and goodbye. But you know what? It was more than that, because he did that in front of the entire crew. And as a result, I went from like day player David to like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, it was just
something.
He was amazing. He was absolutely lovely. And it's John Lithgow saying like, I loved working with you and what wonderful, it was
wow.
Yeah, lovely guy.
How amazing. Old is he? Is it getting too late to put you guys in a buddy cop film?
I don't know. I feel how old he looks, even if I'm
Right,
not. He may
right.
be younger than me for all I know. He's been around
No,
forever.
he's been around forever.
He was in like World According to Garp and stuff.
Right.
He goes way, way back.
Was he in Buckaroo Banzai as the
Cal!
crazy? Yeah.
Cal's here. Hey, Cal, how are you? It's been a
Yeah.
long time. Of course I blushed, Cal. Of course I did.
Oh, when John Lithgow came in?
Yeah, are you kidding? I was mortified, but also
Oh,
thrilled.
really?
Yeah.
I kind of thought you'd all swell up, like one of those lizards.
Like
Yeah.
a big head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been too long, David. I kept entering in your Stargate address and it didn't connect till today. Yeah, there you go. Finally got the Stargate thing. You notice that I didn't add Stargate to the title of this one
I did.
because I felt that maybe, of course, I have to make it my
Bait and
fault.
switch.
I
Yeah.
felt like maybe the reason why that guy was so upset was that he came in to talk about Stargate and didn't realize it was going to be an opportunity to use horrible slurs about people with handicaps and stuff, disabilities.
That is one of my minutes for the last show that we did together. Stinking Kevin. That's his.
Don't be a Kevin. Remember that? We were like, don't be a
don't
Kevin.
be a Kevin. So Kevin said, and I'm quoting this, I hope you have fun with your cripple. I think everybody should know that obviously David's my Abe. I am not his cripple.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, let's get all the hierarchy straight.
Yeah, come on. Like that's what was really offended. Most offensive about it was his complete lack of regard for the leadership qualities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stinking Kevin.
Yeah.
But we did come up with a new. So we don't be a Kevin. 79.
Lithgow
really?
is 79. So that makes him like 10 years older than I am. 20 years older than me. 20 years older than me. Holy crap.
Shit.
Damn it.
He looks good.
I know. We could do a buddy movie, and I would feel like I'd be the younger guy by 2 years.
Have you watched The Old Man?
No, what's that?
Him and Jeff Bridges.
Oh, did I watch the first season? Oh my God, it was good.
He's really good in it. I like it.
Is there a new season yet of that?
Yes, there is.
See that because that was
so do that.
Okay.
But now, so we have Don't Be a Kevin, but now we have a different one from your last stream. We have Do Be a Pablo.
Be a Pablo.
Oh my God. Possible, be a Pablo. Yeah.
My favorite, like, I used to call astronauts space hamsters. Well, not anymore.
No. Now they're a space leopard.
Oh my God! Like, he was the coolest guy. There's this guy.
Panther.
So you should go back and watch the I'm a Genius stream that we did this. We had this wonderful guy, Craig Dolan, Donlan, who took us around this 111-year-old tall ship that's being refurbished for all this science work, all this oceanography.
It's
stuff.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing, amazing. And just sitting patiently in the corner is this guy Pablo, who I didn't know. I thought he was like maybe the PR guy, making sure we don't say anything wrong about the boat or anything.
I was wondering, why is that guy sitting there?
To stop us from making Titanic references or anything. And
right.
And then when finally we got a chance to talk to him, he's an astronaut in training, and I know why he's an astronaut. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Didn't you? I felt this. I was like, holy crap. This guy, it's like he says, you don't have to be a genius, even though I think he probably is. The sense I get was he's pretty.
I have a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. But generally, people who are geniuses don't call themselves geniuses. That's why I call myself a genius.
I'm a genius.
All the time.
Yeah, go ahead.
But people who really are geniuses tend to not call themselves that. And because I said it was like 250,000 people applied for this job, and they whittled it down to like 5.
Yeah.
Pablo was one of them. And I said, so what's the trick? And he's like, well, you don't have to be a genius at everything. You have to be interested in everything. He said, I said, but the most important thing, he said,
is to be Pablo.
Okay, is to get along with people.
Oh, and that guy.
Oh my God. Now. I just wanted to be his best friend right away. I was like, where can I sign up for the Pablo fan club? I'm like, I'm making t-shirts. I met Pablo.
I'm going to make a movie about, was it World War I or II when the Germans and the other side got the soccer game going?
Oh, yeah.
Whichever. I'm pretty sure it was a Pablo's ancestor got that started.
Baz did a project on that for school. I was quite impressed.
Oh, cool.
He got to choose any topic he wanted to that related to the history of the Second World War, and he chose that. He chose that also partially because the German team, a few of their star strikers, were they strikers or well, certainly their star players. Yeah, who am I
Okay, there
talking
you
about?
go. There you
A
go.
few
Yeah.
of their star players were Jews, and
Oh,
who thought they would be fine because they'd fought in the First World War for Germany. They were decorated soldiers and decorated soccer players for their role in the league, and Hitler didn't care. So there you go.
oh,
One of them
look,
escaped
hello
to
from
Canada.
Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Manuel Patrick Moser. Yes, there you
good
go.
to see you. Germany's the good guys now.
Uh,
Now it's
I
America.
think we're the bad guys now.
We're the baddies.
Like, I think, isn't that weird? Like
David and Cat.
but you're a baddie by birth. I chose to be a baddie. I
Yeah,
chose
you're
to become
picking it.
American. I'm like worse than any of them.
It's like you moved to South Africa for
It's like
funsies.
yes,
Because they
Uh,
get you.
Now, okay, that's the other thing I wanted to ask about as well was what is with the South African stuff? They're talking about getting like fast
They
track.
flew several dozen South Africans who are claiming, and they're all white,
Hmm.
claiming that they're being discriminated against in South Africa. And
Do
so
these
we're flying them here fast tracked to be citizens.
do they have large amounts of money?
I don't. Uh, uh,
I'm
probably
so
and probably
confused.
not, dude. They're straight up racist pieces of crap.
You think the people from South Africa are?
Oh, I think the people that are doing it in our government are.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Dude, it's
I'd heard rumors about it. I didn't know what the specifics were on it, but
Did you ever hear about a dog whistle? You ever heard that saying before?
no.
Like you dog whistle racism. Like you kind of take, oh, one of those guys, or oh, I
Ah.
hear they dance well. You're like dog
Oh, I see.
whistling.
They're a musical people. Yes, got it.
But
Okay.
the dog whistle means you're putting out a sound that only attuned ears can hear, but you're
Right.
still doing your racism.
So
Well, we've
right,
moved well into the foghorn
right.
era of racism around here. And
I'm trying to look it up now. South African
feigned
refugees.
persecution.
Refugees, is that what they're called? White South African Afrikaner refugees arrive in Canada on government chartered plane. Wow. Okay.
So we're tackling brown people in the middle of the streets and sending them to El Salvador murder, death, slave camps.
This is so weird.
And then we're on purpose flying in. Dude, it's straight up. It's awful. Did you see Trump got a 747 from
my
Qatar?
God. Which is just straight out illegal. Like whether there's just you're just not allowed to receive gifts because it could potentially skew your thoughts on things. Like all the nice things he just said about regimes that are,
even Republicans are like, who were, what do they call it? Attaches to different countries back in the 90s and 2000s. They said, well, they gave us this vase that was worth $101 or 102, and they could only take things that were worth $100. And so they had to send it in. It gets checked out. And then if you want it back, you can't get it back unless it was below the $100 mark. And that's just the way it is. He gets a $400 million plane. A $400 million plane.
That is going to be housing some of the most sensitive information.
They can't.
Like, I don't know how it's going to work.
There's no way did you ever see I think it was our embassy in Moscow was built, and somehow they knew what the hell we were doing. They're like, how do they know what we're doing? Because they scanned it all, right? This was in the 80s. And they ended up tearing it down and finding like these weird seismographs that probably could pick up sound in the girders, in the concrete, in everything. So, I mean, they would have to destroy that plane to make sure it wasn't somehow giving information back or, location, whatever.
It's bizarre to me. It's absolutely bizarre. I mean, I don't look. I mean, we had our prime minister Trudeau was taken to task for vacationing with his friends on a not an Epstein island, but a family island of
Yeah.
and there was a huge uproar about the fact that should have been, and I think he's right. I think they should be up. They think people should be upset about it. I don't think people should be accepting. No one in politics, in power like that, should be accepting anything that could be. My father wouldn't take um, gifts from pharmaceutical companies because he's like, I'm a
Oh,
doctor. If you give me tons of free medicine, how do you?
obviously,
I'm
yeah.
going to prescribe it. I mean, there's not, or you're going to take me out for an expensive dinner.
Wow.
Like he has this great story about going out, being taken out for dinner by this person who wanted to talk to him about this organization that he was trying to start up, which was an organization for physicians in Ontario, and he refuses to go, and then finally says, "Okay, I'll go, but I'm not eating." And so he goes to the restaurant. The guy goes, "What would you like to eat?" And he goes, "I'm okay." And he brings out a peanut butter sandwich that he'd made for himself. And he ate
Whoa.
the sandwich with the guy, well, because he wanted to make sure there was no, you have
Whoa.
nothing. Isn't that wild? That's my dad. That's like,
And I'm assuming this is a nice
oh, it
place to
was,
eat.
oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. He brought his own freaking sandwich. I love it.
I gotta
Can
feel
I get a
like
glass of
Dave.
water? Yeah.
I think you in the same circumstance
Mm.
might just eat off their plate.
Oh my God. I'd be like,
You're like,
you're
ooh,
paying for this? I'll get double everything, please. Can I get it in a
okay.
bag to go? Yeah.
I thought if you wanted to show, your inner fortitude, you just eat off their plate. Like you're gonna eat that shrimp, then you take it and eat it. That kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you didn't really, you didn't
I,
take it money. You just
I
took
just
their
ate the
food.
food. But it
Yeah.
is, look, I know there's a line somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Hmm.
Um, in my business, it doesn't. It's all part of it. But I
Yeah.
feel like but in the medical industry, yeah, obviously, I mean, that's how they got all the opioids in, right, in circulation, right? They had a bunch of different friendly opioid friendly doctors who would
Yeah.
prescribe it for them, and
But they also used fake studies too.
should they really?
Yeah. Like they would tell them, oh yeah, no, if you have a high degree of pain, the person doesn't become addicted.
Mm.
Or in things like that, like
Yeah, oh God, it's just
or actually saying oxy's less addictive. And it's like,
these are the same
yeah.
corporations that are treated as voters in America now. That.
Well, see, that's the
They're,
whole deal. They're people.
yeah, they're
And
people. Yeah, pretty evil people by the sound of it.
right. And we got to get all that waste and abuse and fraud out of the government. But really, do you know who Tim Scott is?
No, it sounds familiar, but
Florida governor. His
oh yeah,
company
yeah,
stole $1 billion from Medicaid. Okay. Overcharging, fake, this and that. They stole $1 billion. He goes to jail.
What's his name?
Tim Scott.
Scott.
And that was one of Trump's initial pardons.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
So they're trying to act like the poor person who, oh no, they're getting government cheese twice.
Right.
We got to kill them. But the guy's stealing $1 billion and is rich somehow. How is he still rich? I think if you're found stealing $1 billion from Medicaid and Medicaid patients, you should no longer be able to be rich. You should be totally
the right to have more than a certain amount of money coming in on him. Well, who
gone.
knows? I mean, but this is the problem. Is like every single I remember coming here when we first moved back to Toronto. There was some stuff, tax stuff, and they were like, "Well, you can't have these funds, like these retirement funds." I was like, "They're retirement funds. They're not. The whole point is I can have." And they're like, "Oh no, you can't because they have to have been. They only count as tax free if they were created between the years of this and this." And it was like to like May the 15th of so and so, and I'm like, "What is the point of this?" And they said, "It's like a politician who organized it, and they just want to make sure that their stuff was clear, so it was." So it was
my
after
gosh.
a certain date, you couldn't do this. And I was like, oh my God. So I had to like sell retirement funds, pay
All the
capital gains
penalties.
on it so that I could then buy back into Canadian ones that were allowed.
Oh
It was, and
no.
that was the last time Trump was in power, by the way. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, pretty wild.
Twitch guy's from Florida. I know a streamer from Florida, Twitch guy.
Yeah.
Charlie.
As someone who has lived in third world countries, you won't envy them. As fucked as it is here, at least you are not in a labor death camp yet. Yes. No.
Well,
Again,
no,
the reality is, I think both. I don't want to speak for Lance, but I think we feel that we have a certain sense of there's a luck involved in where we've ended up, but
oh, certainly, certainly.
but at the same time, that doesn't mean we shouldn't. The whole point of a democracy is you get to question it. You get to push, try different things. Like
There's that, and I don't think I have to wait until we become a full fascist regime to start complaining just a bit or pointing out the fascism. But
right. I mean, yeah, I'm not
if
sure
you
when we started
disagree,
taking people off the street without any.
say so.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. Just say what you feel is different.
Andre, we were just talking about you. I just said, oh my God, I've got to get back in touch with Andre because
Andre,
didn't I not just say that, Lance?
you did. You said, I got to get a hold of him because by the time he gets a hold of me and I get a hold of him, too much time has passed.
Yeah, and then I end up like dropping the ball every time. Well, welcome
back.
Andre.
The ball.
And yes, we should change the world one of these days again.
Yes. Well, that's my plan. Break it all down, build it back up.
It's full-time job says I should move back to UK and get robbed a different way. Well, I intend on doing that. That's where I want to go and have my pig and my tractor.
What's getting robbed? Wait, who's that?
That's UK. Apparently the UK, there's get robbed a different way.
Is that taxes?
I'm assuming
taxes and robbery.
They have a labor government there now, right? Don't they? Is that? I feel like I should know this.
I don't know, but taxes are not robbery. They're your fee for living in a society.
Wow.
Okay. Like an HOA.
Jakander says, as you may have missed it, and I think Lance missed the DM, we have now deported people to El Salvador, Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, India, Libya, Cuba, Mexico, and Rwanda. Wow.
We are exporting people to war-ravaged areas in Africa who actually did in South America. What the hell?
But welcoming white Afrikaners in, like it just seems like again, I don't know the logistics of that. I don't know their backstory, so maybe there's more to it. But I do question that somewhat. And again, deportations, sure, fine, totally, as long as it's done with due process, as long as there's a reason why they're, if there's there's not. Look, I'm all for that. I went through the whole process of becoming an American citizen. I paid the money. I filled out the forms. I obeyed the laws. I made sure that I knew that what I was doing was the right thing to do to become an American citizen. But at the same time, you've got to be due process. People have got to be able to say, hey, no, you got that wrong. You can't just pick them up and ship them off.
Right. Because here's the deal. I just want everybody to know, like, what happens is, and what they're doing now, if you don't do the due process, that allows people to send people who don't belong, who just pissed them off for some reason. Like, oh no, the anchor for CBS is just gone because they said something about Trump. Oh no, they were part of Tren de Agua or whatever it's called.
Yeah, there was some weird. I mean, the press stuff is insane because he's attacked it to such an extent now that the first question he asks, whenever he gets a question, his first answer is always a question that says, "What news outlet are you with?" So that he can so if he knows he's going to get, frankly, I shouldn't even say that. If he doesn't like the question, he says, "What news outlet are you with?" and then calls them all liars and stuff. Hey, look who's in the chat.
Yeah, Jim.
Little Jimmy the Evo.
Who knew he was an Ayn Rand fan? Whatever.
I used to love Ayn Rand. I used to love.
Did you? Did you get it?
I really did. It was so. I don't know. There was something about the way the politics. No, I'm not gonna say we should have.
Was it the sci-fi feeling that you liked? Because I kind of like the other world.
Yeah, it was the other world thing. It was this idea that you could somehow start anew and get it right, and and again, I'm not sure that she got it right, but I liked the idea of it, and I understood that feeling. That's that feeling of like being, of not being, I don't know, what's the term? They. It was they. It was this they. This group of. There was something was stopping you from the bureaucracy was getting in the way. If that makes sense, and I think that's something that everyone probably understands to some extent.
Well, it's a good thing they got rid of all that with the new administration.
What have you? We were talking about science today. You said we want to talk
That's
about
what
science.
this whole thing is science. So
Did you give me that link? Did you?
I did. I sent it in. I didn't link it. I just sent it in Discord, and it came out real nice.
Nice. All right. What do we got?
Let's see. Oh, don't do Venmo. I found out that's bad.
Why? What's that? What's wrong with Venmo?
Well, I wanted you to. I forgot in notes. I wanted you to put up your, like how to get to, Tech Bandits in your store.
Oh,
and then
right.
I wanted to put the Lance needs, but anyways, moving on.
Well, no.
So
yeah, that's the. I'm putting that. I'll put that in the chat right now.
Okay.
Look, if we can make you a buck or two, like that's get you
actually
some new tech.
Somebody, and since they put anonymous, gave me $250 from chat.
What the hell?
Right, that's more than you make in a year.
I was gonna say that's more than I ever get. No one ever gives me $250. Good Lord! That's what I should do. Is I should say, please give me money for tech. That's what I need.
Exactly. See, you fool.
Right,
let's see. So conservatives hate education,
there you go.
reading, as a new study shows, science. Oh yeah, I looked at this study that where they actually dislike and distrust science, the very act of science, and it breaks down conservative versus.
Hang on one
second.
One second. You keep talking. I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah. So I've got. Let's see. Where is that? Rebecca Watson. Darn it! I know I have a link.
What do you need? I can find a link. What do you got?
I had the study though. Son of a biscuits.
The study. Conservatives hate science. All of it. You want that?
Copy. Yeah. Do you see
link.
it?
Yep. And I'm going to put it into the chat for everybody to look at themselves.
There is a science lady I think you would like a lot. Her name is Rebecca Watson. She is very good. She covers science-related stories, but then also with a bend towards. I actually think a progressive or liberal attitude is more intelligent, but that's just me, or at least rational than. Let's keep the old ways.
Right.
Let's see. Then I'm covering RFK Jr. as head of the National Institute of Health. Enough said.
Yeah.
But then
what the hell? Like that is I just feel like that choice is going to be measured in bodies.
He and Dr. Oz are, and then our Surgeon General is a lady who is directly. I mean, she does crystals. She hugs trees. She does, ayahuasca to learn the truth, the reality. It's killing me, dude. It's killing me.
I just don't know what. I don't know what we're supposed to do about it.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Tell me if you've seen this. Okay, I'm kind of the guy people go to see if something's real.
Oh, she's an influencer. See if it
makes sense. What? Oh, she is? Yes, the lady. No, she's just on Joe Rogan and hawking her wares. Like it's like Goop, but for woo-woo stuff, right? Anyways,
suck a crystal.
Yeah. So here's this crystal. Feel its vibration. Yeah, it is one with the universe.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah. See, I hate that.
Well, the fact that he's looking for alternate treatments to polio when they've got a 93% success rate with a freaking vaccine is.
Well, I mean, I should have a chart in here. God darn it! Can you look up measles?
Yeah.
Measles graph over time.
Okay.
Because you'll see what happened as soon as we started treating for measles, which 1 in 4 children either die or have a permanent issue. Jim the Evo dislikes science, but he just hates the because he's got to get dirty, and it doesn't allow him to pursue his other career as a what was called? The guys that walk a bard. He's a bard. So,
He's a bard. He's such a bard. Do you know which Our World in Data? Would
I
that do
don't.
it? I
Any
usually like
kind of.
Our World in Data. Maybe
Let's
that's.
try it. Do they have a graph?
Let's have a look here. Let's have a little looky see here. I think I can share this because I'm so high tech.
We are on top of it.
It's possible. It is possible. Here we go. Let's try this. Ready?
It is still
Oh my God! Look at
spreading.
that.
Look at that.
And
Let's
look, I
look
could
at
even
the.
put us in there as well. Okay, so what do we got here? So we're looking at rate of measles and deaths in the United States, 1919 to 2024. Yeah, that's a that death rate's a pretty much a yeah.
But now,
That was
that's gone
2024.
because 2 people have died, maybe 3 children, because in Texas they're not. That we're free. We don't have to do a thing.
This is it, animated, just so you can
I'll
really
never
see.
understand the concept of freedom being I can put you and me in jeopardy. Freedom.
It's the freedom. It's not. They've mistaken freedom for selfishness. Like for
Yes, that.
I want to be able to believe what I believe, and you can't tell me. And I really feel like they've redefined freedom as what's good. What do I want?
What do I want? Not even what's good for me.
That's it.
Just
It's just what
what
do I
I
want?
think.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's not what's good for me. It's what do I want? What do I want to believe? What do I want to think? What do I want to what is my bespoke reality that I want to be? That I want. That's my
Right.
freedom.
And the problem is, I find that to be more of a moving target than they think it is. Because when there's any talk of austerity prior to 2016, they're like, oh no, they're going to have us live in tiny houses and eat bugs. That's all you saw on Fox, right?
Right.
But Trump says, maybe instead of $30, you get $2 and they're more expensive. Maybe it's a good thing. If we're not spending money in China, aren't we actually saving money?
And then he puts on a military parade. So I'm not sure how that works.
$100 million military parade.
For his freaking birthday party.
And thus far in his term, he has spent $30 million on golfing. Just the first 100 and
could you
some
imagine?
days.
There's a great. I guess it was probably Jon Stewart or someone who said, like, could you imagine if the Democrats ever said, you know what, maybe we should go easy on buying things.
Oh yeah, no, you'd be done. You're a communist.
Yeah.
200 pencils instead of 5. Obviously not an artist.
So that's the history of measles. Would that help? I'm just trying to see if
No,
I can
but that
see.
works for me, what you showed, because it dies the instant we start vaccinating.
Yeah.
And then if you look at all the reasons that they said, oh no, autism is on the rise because of this. Well, first off, they don't correlate. Yeah. It was in the 60s when we got the vaccination, right? And then it wasn't until after like the 80s that they decided autism's on the rise. And then somebody had to figure out why. But it really is just a diagnostics thing. And also, there were so many kids you and I went to school with, dude, who we just said, oh, that's an odd duck, right?
Yep.
Or, you know that guy that lives down the street and throws cats at us when we play baseball? He wasn't diagnosed.
Yeah.
With anything. So now we're just diagnosing things. I'm sorry. I'm so out of it because last night I fought until the early hours with a group of quadriplegics who hate trans people. P.S. There's a person with muscular dystrophy, same as me, since birth. Their twin died like 2 years ago. Same disease, and they're trans. And I'm like, holy shit. That is rolling some dice. Like, woo.
But what were their why do they care?
Pure hate.
It's just something to hate.
Hate.
But but there's more people dying of measles than there are, like, what is it you were saying about the trans athletes or whatever. I mean,
right.
What does it freaking matter? I just
it
don't understand
does not
why
matter.
it matters. Is it a religious thing? Is it was it couched in religion? Is it?
Uh, I want to correct Jimmy. It was flock of seagulls, not Duran Duran, that caused autism. Okay. Anyway, so
Yeah. Excuse me. Don't say anything bad about Duran Duran.
okay, yeah. So
Discredited paper by some asshole. Yeah.
right, and he got his license taken away.
Well, and the problem was as well, and I think that a lot of people that the people were like that, whatever her name is, Jenny McCartney or whatever that idiot was pushing it. The problem was that at the same age that vaccines happen, because you do vaccines to stop things from happening later on, around the same age, around 3 or 4, is when you start exhibiting signs of autism. So the assumption was, oh my God, they got the vaccines, and now all of a sudden it's like, no, it's not all of a sudden. This is what, this is unfortunately what happens. This is how how it exhibits itself. You don't notice it until there's a developmental curve that's not being,
met. Right. Yeah. Because babies, let's just face it, they're dumb.
Yeah.
Like this one's a week old. It doesn't do anything interesting. So her eyes don't even look the same direction.
Yeah.
Like, what? Come on.
They even hold their head up. Oh, no, sorry, Lance.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I said. Look, she's like Uncle Lance. Her head's flopping around.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So, but
nobody thinks I'm cute. Yeah, you're like trying to get in there with it.
Yeah. But, that's fine. I still think she should, try 3D vision just for once.
Right.
Yeah, but so you're like you said, it's not following the curve, and parents always think their kid's a genius. Like, oh my God, look, she's crapping her pants.
Unless you're a Hewlett, and then you just always assume the worst.
Right. Well, I don't know. They have a disease.
Yeah.
But
what did you do? Yeah.
Is Jim still here? What's it called, David? When more than one disease or problem.
Intersectionality.
Something like that, because
I think
they find that autism is like works, in conjunction with several other diseases, or at least it expresses itself while you have these other things too. Like go ahead.
Including trans hate.
Well, no, I hear that if you're trans, there's a likelihood that you might be autistic.
What? Really?
Because it's kind of it might be that there's a thing with the brain that, and if it doesn't, if it forms, I guess we might say differently, because it's 1% of the population. That's actually a lot of people. It's enough to say this is not abnormal. It fits within the normalcy of being a human, right? I don't know.
Is it? I mean, is it also just I guess it's also it's the literal binary issue as well, isn't it? Like, you've got to be one or the other. You can't be, like, if you like men, you have to like men. If you like women, you have to like women. If you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, again, everything is a spectrum. Everything.
And everybody knows this. So everybody knows it, and they're denying it. When you went to school and there was this girl that you knew would beat the crap out of you if you messed with her. And she's a girl. She goes out with guys because they're afraid. But still, they, there's this it's not binary. It's bimodality, I think they call it.
Oh, comorbidities. Well done, Jim the Evo.
Thank you, Jim.
There you go. Yeah. Intersectionality is the combination of rights of
like, if you're poor and have
poor and black, or poor or black and trans, or like a combination of different I guess minority or what would it be called? I'm not sure.
I like what you're saying.
Yes, comorbidities. That's right. Okay.
So, and that's common with autism. So there's just a lot of things are being lumped together. Well, they were saying at first it was 1 in 10,000. Now it's 1 in 31. What the hell is going on?
And the frogs are turning gay.
I am ready to change the mathematics curriculum, statistics from second grade on. Algebra can suck it. I'm out. They already did start changing that.
Why? So that people will understand some of these stats that are coming out?
Yeah, because they're like,
works for AI too. A lot of it's just linear linear algebra, right? Isn't that the
Uh, we'll call it Euclidean or something, whatever you want to do.
yeah.
So, but the problem, it's just probabilities, right? People don't understand probabilities versus, well, I know a guy who knew a guy whose boy had a kitty litter box in his classroom.
Yeah. They got a
Right?
vaccination, and the next day they got hit by a bus. How do you
Yeah.
explain that? Yeah.
I had a student that was absolutely certain that their uncle drank milk, beer, and ate watermelon at 4th of July. That's why he died. I was like, well, he did weigh 350 pounds.
Yeah.
You might,
with a history of heart attacks, and
and it was 120 degrees outside.
Yeah. But there is a weird thing about the anecdotal stuff, isn't it? The people, for some reason, put so much weight in the anecdotal side of stuff. The critical thinking just goes out the window as soon as you go like, well, I took that supplement. I feel a lot better. It's got to work.
Critical thinking is under attack. This is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got a lot of people through college in my family too, right? I'm the guy they go to. And now they're bringing me things from the radio or whatever they're listening to, right? Their website stuff.
Radio. What are you, like, living in the Dust Bowl
I'm sorry,
Depression era?
It
the
feels like radio.
wireless is giving us,
like, oh, did you hear about the giants? They found giants existed. And I was like, giants? Like, what do you mean, like 7 foot tall? No, they found like 20 foot tall. No, that's not a thing. And then every week they come back with, oh, there's did you hear about the pyramids? And they did this.
It's electricity, and they're used to create massive batteries on a
No, the new one is there's these big pillars under the pyramids that they found with this seismographic thing. And it turns out the guys who are doing it frequent the ancient civilizations / aliens get-togethers,
right?
And they're doing their science,
right?
What was the other? Oh, that Terrence Howard. Do you know who he is?
Oh, the actor?
The actor who says like 1 × 1 is 2, and he's figured out.
Yeah.
And I had to go through on a piece of paper and show him. Okay, how many marbles do you have in your left hand? 1. Okay, see, so you have one group of 1. 1 × 1. How many marbles you got?
Yeah.
You don't have 2. You got 1.
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, I think also just sometimes it's just easier. Like, it's just easier to go, what? And then
appeals to their common sense thing. Like, look, these scientists say they know a thing, but it doesn't jive with my intuition. But this, and look, this breaks math. See, math isn't real. That's why I sucked at it, because math is just a fake thing. Because that's what and they're getting it from the same show. The same show that says "Dear Leader."
What is the show? What is the show? Do we know what they're watching?
They're watching like Joe Rogan. He does this a lot. With conspiracies and things. They watch.
The problem with Joe Rogan is that he just gets excited about stuff. He just gets excited and then just like, but there's no, again, if this was a television show or a radio show, they would have, and that was run by something that would be held accountable to standards and practices, they wouldn't be allowed. I'm not allowed. We do this. We're a YouTube channel. Like, it's not, the reality is you should never believe anything we say, because you need to look this stuff up yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're not beholden to anything. We've got no requirement to be right, to be accurate,
other than our own desire to be so.
Yeah, we want to be. I mean,
I don't want to believe what I believe. I just find it to be what jives with what information I can get.
If I'm not wrong, I didn't learn anything. That's the way I feel. Like, I was like,
how do you feel?
Yeah.
If you find out you're wrong about something, does it make you embarrassed?
No.
See, me either.
I mean, sometimes I'm embarrassed if it's like something stupid that I feel like I should have known, but I'm not. I don't care. It's not like it's like, oh, great, I know now. I know where that country is. I thought it was over there.
That
kind of stuff.
Okay. No, I just like learning stuff. So if I thought I knew something and didn't, I like that. I can't spell either. But oh well.
Twitch Guy 2 has an interesting one. Human brain relies on intuitive shortcuts, heuristics that can lead to systematic errors in probabilistic and statistical reasoning. It's true. We want the
Yes.
shortcut. But isn't that again something else that was also disproven? The lizard brain. It's not the lizard brain because it's not what it's that's
That's gone a
screwy as
long
well,
time ago.
apparently.
Yeah.
But the idea that basically the older systems within our brain are all about making quick decisions, not necessarily the right ones, but just quick decisions.
I was fighting somebody about round Earth.
What?
Right. And they're like, well, how do you know with all this mind control they're doing with, information like they do? This is a guy that's quad. I'm like,
But here's the
what?
next thing, though. Is this just a new religion? Like, is this just another? Because I mean, Jesus Christ, or any of the other,
Jesus Cristo.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, like, what this is this people just clinging to things that if we say it enough, it'll become real? I mean, or
I
that
feel
we can
like it's two
institutionalize it?
things. I feel like it's a combination of how do you get as the 1%,
Hmm.
the other 99% to vote for what you want in a democracy? How do you get them to go with you?
You make
Well,
corporations people that can vote.
you make
You can put
corporations
money into
people
yeah.
so they can put money in,
Yeah.
and then you just start manipulating. What is reality? What's your reality? My reality is this. Their reality is that.
Well, that's
Who's
the Russian
better?
playbook too, isn't it? Isn't that the Russian playbook of like
Right.
of just you make it so that it's not that people are expected to believe everything. It's just they don't believe anything.
Nothing's real,
Hmm.
and therefore
I feel that
anything
way.
I can substitute it.
I
Well,
feel
sure.
that they've achieved their goal because I now read the paper and I don't freaking know what. Not even read the paper is the wrong way of putting it, but any news source now I don't trust, which
Right.
sucks because it's like, I mean, I guess it forces me to look things up, I suppose, but
Right. Well, but I've been immune to that because I am the dreamer, and when I wake up, you all disappear. But still, I get it. Don't know.
Jim Nevo says that my lizard brain is very much real. How else do you
Yeah.
explain my love of basking in the sun, eating flies, and laying eggs? Explain that, Mr. Scientist. That's from the real scientist.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's these kind of jokes that get us in trouble, Jim the Evo. Next thing you know, we're like that lizard channel. That basket
But
in the
I
sun
saw
lizard channel.
they just discovered a lizard that gives live births, like half the time.
Really?
Like some eggs, some placenta. Isn't that cool? Gut sick gibbon. Go to her. She's a primatologist. I love her.
What's her name?
Gut sick, like GUTSICK. Gibbon, like the monkey.
Oh yeah. She's an internet personality.
She is a spicy meatball. She's
Really?
like this nerdy girl, and she will tear your ass up if you try to do Young Earth or whatever. Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, that's great. Okay, all right.
She's married. Forget it.
What? No, her brain and not her.
Oh yeah, I love her for her brain.
Yeah. There you go. Narcissists will decide future of USA same way they've decided the future of Russia. They're more successful in business because less humanism, so they'll make more kids and game over. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I agree with you there. What is it? I don't even know how to say that one. That is like someone puked out a bunch of letters. I can't.
It's like Quetzalcoatl, like that.
Quetzalcoatl. Oh, is that what it is?
Something like. Well, I don't know, but it's like that.
I'm also struggling.
It's like
to see
Aztecian
it too. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, I can see it. There you go.
Cat. Your eyes. Okay, cat.
Yeah. I've got my old glasses on and I can't because I don't know where I put my new ones. But so I'm struggling to see anything. Anyways, yeah, it's true. The narcissists. Well, Russia. It's funny. It does mimic Russia to some extent in that he sort of gathered the oligarchs around him, and now then they start falling out of windows.
Right. I feel like Trump. Like, okay, do you think it's possible to be such an idiot that you can't be a useful idiot? And I feel like that might be the case because he's actually just kleptocracying his brains out, like right in front of him. I don't think Putin would take a $400 million jet without laundering it through some side company, or do you know what I mean? Like he would.
I don't know. He's always been refreshingly corrupt in that he's always been very sort of straightforward about his complete corruption. Like, I mean, none of this is
killing
legal.
people. Yeah.
I mean, Putin Yeah, you're right. Putin seems to be more a little bit more sort of what's the word, clandestine about it, I suppose.
Yeah. I like the Putin.
Whereas Trump just seems to be just like, what, a free jet? Like,
Right.
sure. What am I, an
Well,
idiot?
yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
and then
gonna
he
not.
brags about getting $1 billion worth of free lawyers out of all these law firms that,
Yeah, by threatening to take away the. I mean, I just, oh
like, he
god,
was attacking them because
yeah,
they represented
yeah.
in. All they did was
It,
go to court against him,
it's disgusting.
and he attacked them.
No, it's absolutely disgusting.
Anybody who can't see this is, I don't understand what you're doing. I
I
don't get it.
Eddie finally made it. Hi, Eddie.
Eddie,
Um,
who's that?
I don't no idea. Just
Oh,
showed up.
Eddie, of course, the fat
Apparently,
Eddie.
Eddie hadn't been here before. I guess
I
so.
was
He finally
thinking of
made it.
the other Eddie.
Um,
Andre, can you like scroll up that Andre? Is that his name?
yeah,
He
Andrea. Is it
said
Andrea?
something about he's going to do something with legislation that you'll like.
Okay, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling
I
up.
caught it a long time ago,
Wizard
but
brain. Okay, no,
I'm
keep
like
going.
totally
Wow, you
weird
really are
today.
behind. You're really far behind.
Did anybody else see it? Andre said something about you'll really like it, David. I'm going to do this thing with legislation. Do we know? Is he European?
Yeah, Italian.
Italian.
Italy, baby.
Guys, it's
Where
going
is
to
it?
be a random show today. Less
When is it
education.
not? When is it
Well,
not?
yeah, but I am not up on it today. Like it's been like 2 weeks since I
Yeah.
even looked at my notes, so now I
Oh,
don't
really?
even know what they refer to.
Well, I put the links in so people can read it. We'll talk about it later. I must update you on my recent legislative endeavors. You're gonna like them.
Yeah, see.
What do we got? What have we got? There was a whole like a global accessibility conference thing that Andre
Yeah.
was a part of, right? And then he was saying that legislation was something he's pushing out. My God, I am so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so
No,
much.
I'm with you.
I
I'm
need
with
like
you.
a cup of coffee or something.
Where's the tea Jane brings you?
I know where that. You know why she's
What?
working? She's upstairs teaching right now.
Oh,
You know, I'm
what
sure
about
my
that
son will bring me one any minute
ingrate
now.
sun that has you scraping
Yeah,
scum off
yeah.
of
Look at
things?
that. Look how clean these things are. I could go and take them back to him now, actually, and say like, "Oh, would this be good
Guys,
enough for a cup of tea?"
you will love this. David said, "Oh, I borrowed a keyboard from Baz, and I cleaned it up." And he holds it up to show me. The whole stream goes out.
I had
Because
it
it was,
plugged in, you see. So I pick it up and I go, check this out. And it comes up on the screen and then everything collapses. Yeah, it's
it
true.
was
It's nap
fantastic.
time for David. It's ridiculous.
Do you take naps?
No, I'm not good at naps. Although I will say this,
I
I
want to
doze
so
off
bad.
all the freaking time now. Like it's shameful,
Wow.
you know?
What's wrong
Um,
with this? What's wrong?
are we old? They say you age in chunks. Like maybe we're moving into an aging chunk.
Oh,
Because we're the same age, right? You're younger than I am.
yeah, but I've got, like, what are those called? Comorbidities. Yeah, those.
Right.
So, with the aging, I
You're
feel like
actually
I'm
much older.
probably ahead of you in some ways. Yeah.
Right. Very good.
It's like, oh,
Uh,
my ass.
Oh, here comes what was William say? Religion can be worthwhile as long as its belief system is allowed to evolve, as all living organisms must do to survive.
Whatever. Is that Jack?
That is William Arends.
I feel like it is such a flawed way of obtaining truth that it opens itself up to exactly what we're experiencing now. If truth can just be anything you come up with, and that's the ultimate truth too. Don't forget that. That's the ultimate real truth. So everything science does, yeah, sure, you're in an airplane, you're flying because of smart guys, but the real truth is the whatever you're learning in religion. So I feel like if you could do it somehow, just to appeal to the existential crisis of, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Is that what religion's there for? I mean, like I don't
know.
really bother me to some extent.
I've been like freaking out lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like anything's wrong. I'm like, I'm dying.
About what happens when you die? I mean,
no, I don't care about that.
Right. That's what I figure. I was like, I feel it's like the biggest get out of jail clause. Like once you're done, you're done. You don't have to worry about. There's no more worries, right? I mean, that's the.
No, see, I'm I'm weird. I want to read everything. I want to know
Oh yeah.
everything. I want to do everything. And I feel like, oh
Mm,
shit, I haven't done nearly enough yet.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
not
I know
even
that feeling.
close.
I know that feeling. Yeah. But that's we're never gonna, and we're never going to. Right.
Right, which is why I'm fine with being eternal.
I want to. Yeah. I just want to live long enough to live forever. That's
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Ray Kurzweil thing, right?
No problem.
Yeah. Nothing happens when you die except your corpse decomposes. Wasn't this a great chat? Woohoo!
Wow. Woo!
Uh, but
Kumbaya, my lord.
I thought it was interesting though that like the concept that it might be curable, you know, that it's
Aging?
possible that aging could be curable is fascinating to me. Like that is, I mean, not just from a vanity standpoint. I mean, just from from just a conceptually, the idea that, well, I mean, technically, if you can fix
Yeah.
this and you can fix that and you can fix all the other things, then why would you die?
Well, okay, if you think about it, the death cycle would really, a short one, life death cycle, really speeds up your evolution, right? So helps
Mm-hmm.
you fit a niche or
Ooh.
adapt much better, right? So we
Mm,
have a pretty long life death cycle. So we're not
mm,
really adapting much anymore.
mm. Well,
Uh
we're in charge of our adaptation now. Our adaptation, our
kind of, yeah.
evolution is well, but it like I mean, like that's what's going to any kind of changes to the human form and function is going to be done by surely it's going to be
Purposeful.
done by genetics. Yeah, I mean that's by
Right.
I mean genetic modification stuff, right?
Hey, Jim, are we still evolving? I don't think we are, right? I think we kind of got to the point where, like, the fact that I theoretically could have a kid, if I had the money, I suppose I could do in vitro or something like that.
Hmm.
Oh, I was so mean to the cripples. Whoo,
What was
whoo.
so they were so they're spouting hate. How does it even come up? Like what's the because one of them was trans?
We have a section called off topic for discussion of politics
Or as we call it,
because
hate. Yeah.
most of us are a little bit of afraid of Medicaid being taken away
Yeah, yeah.
because we have caregivers and we really wouldn't be
Mm,
able to survive. And we also are kind of worried about the whole getting rid of DEI.
mm,
It's not even, let's say there is no DEI. That'd be fine, kind of too. But making it bad, negative, well, of course you are, Jim, but you're
mm.
like a slime mold
He's a slime
shaped
ball.
into an
Yeah.
incredibly attractive
You chop them in
package.
half and just get more of them. You get more
Yeah,
Jimmy the Evos. Yeah.
Jim the Evos,
Mm.
both equally intelligent. Uh, uh,
And flammable.
anyways,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So what was I? Nope, I'm too old. No,
Well,
no,
you're saying so you had the chat. There's a special chat where you can all talk about
right. We're
you're
all
worried
worried about these
you're
things.
worried
Yeah,
the Medicaid's going to
DEI.
be gone. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and then DEI. That's if there was no DEI, that'd be one thing. The fact that we're anti DEI, meaning if you see somebody black or female
Mm.
or in a wheelchair or disabled in any way, now the assumption is that they are a
You
higher
got there because
just
of yeah.
they're an unfair hire because
Mm.
you could have had a qualified white man here and
Right.
you did this.
Yeah. Um, like that Stephen Hawking's guy who was just there because he's in a
Who
wheelchair.
was yeah,
What a guy.
exactly.
It's like how did what there weren't
Whatever.
physicists? There weren't physicists who could have come up with that who weren't in a wheelchair.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? He
Uh,
was white though. So
oh, lucky him. That's true.
he's almost there.
Yeah.
But
But I
with the
mean,
wheelchair.
but hmm, it's interesting though because you go there. Well, I think there's also an ableist assumption that everybody in a wheelchair is just cute, lovely, and happy, and so just thrilled to get helped. You know what I mean?
Right. Or no, I get a lot of, oh, what's so special about you? Why should we give you money? What? When my
Uh,
house burnt down and I put up like the GoFundMe, you wouldn't believe how many people. Didn't you have insurance? Yes. Yes, I
mm,
did. But
yeah.
I'm living in a home without a
Mm.
bathtub for a year.
I just
So,
don't
yeah,
understand why you need to voice that. Like, if you feel
yeah,
that way, don't give money. I mean, like, why do you have to sort of like actually,
be an asshole. I don't
yeah,
know. It's weird.
it's bizarre. I
But
guess
that's
that, I
why we
mean,
got going on that, right?
mm, mm,
I apologize. Uh, that's how we got going. Then we get to the round earth. And the guy, and I go, well, the Greeks even knew because he said, we didn't know the earth was round until those guys sailed around it. And I was like, no,
Nope.
you can know things via science
Yeah, the Greeks
without
the
actually
Greeks had
being
figured
there.
it out and were pretty freaking close to the actual circumference,
Right.
right?
And he's like,
Yeah.
doesn't that make you wonder how the Greeks figured it out?
Yeah, it was
I was like,
aliens. Aliens.
right. Well, but I
Yeah.
go, listen, if you were in grade school,
Mm.
you did the things with your flagpole and the differences between the shadows, and you figure out that the earth is
Mm.
round,
Mm.
right? I
Mm.
mean, it's just ah,
Is it? It feels like an almost a willful disbelief. Like people are struggling. They will go out of their way to be. I know. I like ornery about this stuff. Like
mhm,
it's like they want to be assholes.
right.
Yeah. Well,
And
f you. If you don't believe what I believe, that's
okay, so get this. You guys think crippled people are nice? Wait till you hear this. One of the guys there, he has a lot of issues, right? The
Mm-hmm.
guy's neck broken. He can't
Mm-hmm.
move. He's living with his 70-some-year-old parents in Georgia. So there is no thing for him like me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're a red state where you can't get caregivers.
So
So,
what does he do then?
he lives in the basement and he gets out of bed maybe once a day
Mm-hmm.
because they're so old. He tries to only drink one glass of water so that he doesn't have to go potty or anything. He leads a miserable existence.
Well, what's going to happen when his folks kick it?
Exactly. So sometimes he will come on with a bunch of melancholy and say he wishes he could just drive his wheelchair off a dock or something like that, because he was able bodied and he had a job and he had a good job and
Mm-hmm.
things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody comes in and we're in the politics area and says, "Oh, you're still here? I thought you'd be dead." Right? Directly assaulting the fact that he came in melancholy and
Mm-hmm.
with talk of suicide, right? Or death by Roblox or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And holy shit, I lost my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I started, that guy kept calling him Mongo. And then, God, I kept using big words, which he thought was hilarious. And he's like, oh, use one more big word. So I did. And he's like, oh, I just came. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So then I go, don't be silly. I know you're quadriplegic. You couldn't come with a lockpick and a vacuum cleaner, that kind of stuff. I went hardcore, but they were being so mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then this person who's trans, oh my god,
Was
why
there a
can't
way
you
to
just
have? Well, so can you do a branch of it? I mean, but again, this is the problem, isn't it? It's like how many we've all got to be in our own little rooms so
well,
that we
I
all get
don't,
along. I mean,
but why be evil? Why be evil? I'm not. I haven't said a word about them.
are people? Is it possible people are just trolling? I mean, is it some freaking
Do you
teenager being
think?
a dick?
Okay, somebody said that. It's like I don't think that guy's quad. I'm like, ugh, it's such an obscure Discord. I suppose
Mm,
it's just for the quad stick, right?
mm.
So, of course, now I said it out loud. Whatever.
But what's wrong with that? It's not like it's secret, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. But
Mm.
yeah, it's I don't know. They
There was
could
some
be.
pretty angry. I was on there a little bit way back when, and there was a couple of people who were like, "For F's sake, read the
Read the
damn
book.
manual." They're so sick of people going like, "I don't know how to do it," but I also get that. Like for some people, like it just the like wanting to know how everything works is fantastic, and then other people just like,
Right.
"Please, just make it work. Just make it work." You know what I
The
mean?
guys that were real smart in answering all the questions,
Mm.
they went ahead and made videos
Oh,
so
did they?
they
Oh,
could just
smart.
go watch the video, right?
I've started making little. Well, they're not called Chat GPTs, and I've been using your thing, where
Ah,
basically I create. So like I have this old server, and I'm running this software that I'm trying to figure out. So I just put all the information I could about that into it, and then said when I ask these questions, give me straightforward, point by point
oh,
directions on how to
nice.
do this, and where possible, explain it to me like I'm an 8-year old. Or like I'm
And
in grade 8,
yeah,
and which is great because now instead of having to, search and search through a PDF file, I just ask ChatGPT, and it's pretty freaking good at it. I mean, I haven't actually tried to execute any of the stuff. We'll see if it actually works.
That'd be
but
cool though.
but that's what was the point of this? Why was I saying this? This is because of
We were talking about
trying to get
making
answers to
videos.
stuff, making videos. Oh, right. So for the quad stick, it might be interesting to actually throw that into
Yeah.
ChatGPT
Ooh, good call.
because that would solve a lot of the problems of like, look, I just want to do this. I just want this. If you could put if you could, I mean, I could try it myself if you want. But if we gave it access to at least a database, potentially we could cut and paste the entire conversations that have ever happened in that Discord into a chat
Oh,
GPT, and then put all of the documentation in as well. And then say, you're talking to someone who can't move or can't this or whatever. Like, I mean, give it a list of things that are reasons, like the kind of people that will be asking these questions.
right.
And it could actually be quite useful, I would think, from a tech support standpoint.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that made me think for that poor guy that's with his 75-year-old parents. He gets the quad stick, right?
Mm.
How long does it take them to get him going on that? You know what I mean? Because he has to have somebody else be the conduit to his attachment to reality, right?
Well, this was why they started a company called, or an organization called Special Effects in the UK. You know these guys, but they're an amazing bunch. In fact, I'm going to put their
they are great.
And their job is literally to drive around figuring out how to do custom installations for usually kids, but they'll do everybody.
I'm see a lot of adults there have said, like, that are from Europe and the UK, really can't say enough about them. That they'll come
amazing.
out.
Amazing.
Right. And I contacted them when the house burned down. And even though they said I'm out of their area, they still helped. As far as, trying to help me figure out what I could do or who to contact with, networking.
Why can't I find them? Am I calling them something the wrong names? The problem is it's too close to Special Effects.
Isn't it?
Is it Special Effects?
I think it's effects, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. You know what? I'll put in charity, and maybe that'll help. There you go.
There you go.
Effect. So it's a gaming charity that supports. What does it say? Except we're putting fun and inclusion back into the lives of physically disabled people across the world. There you go.
Nice.
I'll give them the thing. And I see an awful lot of Microsoft setups.
Me too.
They're on
I
this
got
stuff.
all that stuff now. That's what I'm spending the money on, guys, in case you're wondering. I got the Microsoft Hub, which is really neat.
Yeah, it's neat, isn't it?
It just, you got one?
I have one, yeah.
Oh, they're nice, dude.
I got them for Tech Bandits when I was going into the school. And what I would do is I would set up Fortnite and say, okay, you got to play Fortnite, but here's the deal. You got to play Fortnite just with your feet or
nice.
or just with your nose, or you're the left hand, you're the right hand. And it would it was like team building skills for, and just to get them to think about how would you play this game if you can't, what if you can't see? Could someone explain to you what's happening and tell you which way to go, left or right, or that kind of stuff? So,
dude, you crap out better ideas than I see actually implemented. Let me throw them away.
Ideas are never the problem. Execution is always the issue for me.
The handicap awareness week in my area was they'd have kids come in, they put like smear Vaseline on their goggles, right? Or let them drive around in a wheelchair. And the kids thought that was awesome.
Hang on 1 second. My son is come to talk.
Oh, okay. I'll keep talking to the people.
He wants his mouse and his keyboard back, guys.
Oh, does he now?
Oh, let's see how beautiful they are.
Ooh.
There you smells like alcohol. There you go. And that mouse. Is that the mouse you gave me? Did you give me a really dark gray one?
How come the buttons didn't click? Oh my God, is he being picky?
Get this. He's being picky. He said, like, what's this here? But no, listen to this.
Whoa.
Nice. I didn't pop them all off. I just did the top layer. And I hate you. Love you, Dad. Love you too. Thank you much.
What a good kid.
What was that? It's football tonight, but Mom's going apparently. She stole the one seat in the car.
William, I respect you. I'm not healthiest nor strongest, not the thickest nor weakest, simply
What's this?
mediocre.
Smells like alcohol. It smells like alcohol because I was just cleaning with it, just so to be clear. Yeah.
Well, William was talking to us about the aging thing. In 2 weeks, I'll be 74. I strangely don't feel any different than I did when I was 4, 14, 24, 34. 44.
I know. I feel like I don't think I've aged beyond like maybe 14. Maybe.
I don't see myself in the mirror ever. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I am so
I try
bald.
not to.
Oh my God.
Really try not to look at myself in the mirror. But all right. Hey, okay. So I'm going to try to see if I can create a space for this. Like, that's what they call it in Perplexity, the Chat GPTs thing. So it's the quad stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if I give them the website, what is the name of the guy again? What's that wonderful guy who runs the place?
Oh, special effects. Oh, I never got that.
I did that. No, the guy who runs Quad Stick, the guy, our friend.
Oh, Fred Davidson.
Fred Davidson, that's it. Fred Davidson, another amazing guy.
I still feel like if there needed to be a Santa Claus, he could take that guy's spot.
Oh my God, in a second, and he's giving the gift of mobility. Well, not mobility, but game mobility.
Well, and so everybody knows it's not just games. You cannot put. I don't know, if you can't affect the world and all of a sudden you're able to run through forests and things like that, that changes your life. Like I played World of Warcraft forever and I wouldn't even fight. I'd like avoid fights and run through the forest and explore. And I got the achievement for exploring like every square inch of the Azeroth before I got anything else.
What would you, if you were giving it custom instructions? So if I'm going to give this Chat GPT's special instructions, I'd say always respond, like keeping in mind or something like or you know.
Well, but it might already know what the quad stick is.
Well, no, it'll know that once I've given it all the information. But the custom instructions are basically so in this one, the Perplexity. I wonder if I can share this.
Can you?
Oh no, I can't.
Could.
I can, but it's got all my previous stuff in it, so that'll
gotcha.
Get myself in trouble. So I always want to keep in mind that the user.
What game should they play?
Could be
Minecraft.
User will have some form of disability. How about that?
Physical.
It has to be physical. It would be physical, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Physical disability. So tailor responses.
Taking that into account.
To keep, to take that into account. And then what else we could do? Do you want to keep it simple? Do we want to do the grade 8 thing? Because they probably don't want it explained to them. Do it. Use step by step. How about this?
Step by step how to set up to play Minecraft.
Oh no, this is a general one. This is the general one I was telling you about. So we create a space.
Oh, okay.
We create this thing called a space,
and then we do it.
And then you add all the documents to it, and then people can ask questions, and it should be able to spit stuff out.
So documents should be easily copied and pasted if you don't have full use of a mouse.
And provide links, maybe? Provide links where possible.
Yeah.
Provide direct links where needed.
Let's see, what else would you do? Did you say any and all instructions must be aware that the user is going to be severely physically impaired?
I'm going to do that. Should keep in mind that the user will have some form of severe, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Severe physical disability.
Is able to use one of his arms, hands. Do they
tailor all response?
Set up so we allow him to
you tailor a response. Is it tailor like a tailor?
I think so. Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. You're making something.
Yeah. Making adjustments.
Is to take to always.
Hey, Acadia. Yes, they do. There are like, can he really use one hand well or not? If he's basically got complete use of one hand, they have one hand Xbox and PlayStation controllers, so that you can put the second joystick on your leg, and you can control it by moving the whole paddle around, and then use the left thumb to control the joystick on the left. Just basically, so you're running, looking around, can be done, and then all the buttons are within your reach. There are also special paddles. There's one called the Xbox Accessibility Controller, XAC, and PlayStation has one now, but I can't.
PlayStation has a new one, yeah, but they were late to them.
They're late to the game. They only use 3.5 millimeter jacks. They don't have USB connections for the analog joysticks.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, they're also worried that you're going to somehow create aftermarket products out of this that might cut them out of the thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the frustrating thing. Okay, so I'm going to add links. I'm going to add quad stick as one of the links, right?
Yep.
What else?
Specifically, if you can look at quad stick.
Yeah.
There's somehow it's hosted on Amazon.
I think I might be able to let me share this window then. Maybe that's better to.
You definitely want to use the not the PDF, but the living manual. There's like two choices.
Okay.
And there's one that's continuously updated as Fred adds.
I think we can add. All right. So this is there you go. So now we've got this in. There you go. This is their page right now. So documentation. I've given them the whole link, but I might just give them documentation as well. If there's any downloads, that would be good too.
Not the PDF file. It's the online one.
Online viewer. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's what I should give them as well. Make sure that is a link. So I'm giving that to my little
his little chat.
All right. So this is creating a specific chat GPT that will reference these specifically. But then you're saying there was also a user group of some sort, a Discord user group?
Yeah. Yeah. And so it could reference
that's
that.
A link in there too. Is there a link in there somewhere for that?
Yes. Well, maybe not, because that's a.
Oh, there you go. Discord. There you go.
Oh, good. Yay.
Discord. Yeah.
We're doing science, people. We're doing a science.
So.
Or no, tech.
That's an invite, but is there a way to get it to. Wait a second. So I should just cut and paste everything and go, you allowed to do that? I guess you are.
I would.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's not going to be of some help, I'm guessing. Okay, so I'm on Discord now. Hello, Discord. Okay, so this is on it now. I'm on the QS Gamers one. Is that right?
Yes. Dewey, it's actually sub 200.
Beginner.
How much was your Xbox controller? It was free because I'm famous. Let's see.
It's true.
It's
like, yeah. I guess it was because there was outreach involved, and so yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm shameless. Is there a way to cut and paste in Discord? Like, could you capture this whole page of Discord?
I don't know. I'm kind of Discord.
I find Discord makes me feel very old.
Stunted.
Yeah.
Me too.
Is there a way to just copy everything in here? Why
isn't it like Ventrilo?
What's Ventrilo? Jesus.
Oh, it's what we used to raid back in like 2009.
Oh, you can't. Okay, you can sort of scroll through this stuff. Wait a second. So if I do this, oh my God, I just want to go to the top. How do I
see? I'm single-handedly keeping the 80s EBM. What's the EBM? Seeing alive.
Seeing alive. What's this?
What's the EBM? Electronic. I don't know, bro. Music. But it's
EDM.
No, it says EB as in Bravo.
80s electro beat music, maybe, or
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know what that means. Blame Discord. That's right, Jim. I'm blaming Discord. I can't even get to the end of Discord, for God's sake.
Oh no, David thinks it's a book.
Where's the beginning? No, I'm trying to scroll up to get it all. How can I attach the quad stick to my shitty chair? That's a great topic.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I actually have the solution to that.
Do you?
I'll go on later and tell them.
Yep. Well,
Well, see,
it's in the beginner, helping each other beginner, it says. I
I've
just
got
thought it
like
maybe there was a way to capture the whole of a.
what do you call
You
this?
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give Quad my little thing the link to the Discord and see if it'll.
Okay, yeah, that's better. Uh, I have a cousin, although a trumple. He's very clever. He was a farmer, and now he does like construction. So he's so clever. And then my brother-in-law is same way. He was a carpenter and then got his engineering degree and works at he's creating something at DIA right now, the International Airport.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyways, they made like a holster on the side of my wheelchair that
Oh, that's cool.
Right, and we permanently put the quad stick onto a bar, and then so when
because
you
it's got the magic arm things,
right,
whole yeah.
And the problem was if you loosen it up to take it off, and then get back, you have to go through a whole thing to get it just right again, right? Because when you loosen that magic arm, the whole thing goes floppy, right? So we put it on there permanently. Then you stick it in the holster, and it's always in the right spot for me. So I want to tell them about that.
That's very smart. Okay, so here's the quad stick chat. I got to come up with a better name for it, but just to get things going.
Okay.
So what you do here is this is Perplexity. I've added. They call it a spaces. So you can go in and create your own. Why can we not see that?
Can it talk? Oh, you have it on voice? Nice.
I don't have it on voice.
Yeah. What's that?
Voice mode. Oh, let's do that. Yeah. Oh my God! I didn't even know it could do that.
Talk to us.
It's connecting. Allow while visiting the site. Is that going to screw up our stuff?
No. He says, not knowing at all.
Allow this time. All right. Do you still hear me?
I hear you, and I hear it.
I can still hear you.
And Perplexity can hear me too.
I'm so excited.
Yes, I can hear you as well.
Is this the quad stick Perplexity space that I just created?
I don't have access to the details of the space you're referring to.
You are the space. Okay, hang on.
Take your time.
Oh, did it just try to walk me down? It just tried to talk me off a ledge. Okay, hang on. Let me go back for a sec.
Perplexity, he's like this. Just
I'm here when you're ready.
Okay, don't be muted. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the Perplexity Plo. No, it went straight to it went to Pro. Perplexity Plo.
Yeah.
Perplexity Plo.
Yes.
I told you I was tired. Okay, let's go back to this. The quad stick chat. Here we go. Okay, but it's not. I think when I click on use the voice mode, it goes back to its main model. So let's type it in. Let's have a question. What's a question that someone is going to ask?
How could I set the quad stick up to control or to use as a mouse? How about that?
Here he goes.
But it won't talk to us?
I know. Why? Is there no way to get it to talk? Someone will explain this to me later. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. Okay. The quad stick is designed to provide hands-free. I'll be the voice. Hands-free computer access, including full mouse control for users with severe physical disabilities. Below are step-by-step instructions tailored for users with limited mobility. Tasks that may require a caregiver are clearly indicated.
Nice.
I asked it to do that.
Nice.
I thought that would be a good
smart. Smart.
So, 1, mount the quad stick. Caregiver task. Use a suitable mounting arm, magic arm. Okay, we understand that. Ensure it's stable at a height, angle that's easy for you to reach with a minimal. Okay, connect the quad stick to your computer.
I need more drink.
Who's doing that?
Nice.
That should be the caregiver task too, though, shouldn't it?
It should be caregiver task, and it has to be a powered USB. So I hope it knows that, but we'll see.
Quad stick uses profiles to map its. Wait a sec. Connect. Oh yeah. Plug the quad stick into your computer using the provided USB cable. The quad stick will automatically be recognized as a mouse, keyboard, or game controller, depending on the profile loaded.
Oh, well, now you got to say profile. What does that mean?
Okay. What do you mean by profile? A profile on the quad stick is a set of customized settings that determine how the device's inputs, like the joystick, sip, puff sensors, and lip switch are mapped to outputs such as mouse movements, mouse. You know what? This needs to be friendlied up because this is talking nerd, right?
Yep. Tell it.
Oh, it's meds. It's happy meds. Happy med time.
What? Where?
I
What?
don't know.
What?
Is that right?
No, these are purely for vitamins. Okay.
Got it. Supplement time. He's beefing up. Okay, so we need to change the way this is set up. Let me see if I can do this. I want to go to spaces again. I want to go to the quad stick space. And I want to, can I edit it? Edit space. Here we go. Okay. I think we need to put something like keep responses short.
My warmers off.
You right?
Yeah.
You're trying to get down one of those giant horse pills?
Yeah.
Keep responses short and assume little to no computer expertise, maybe?
Yeah. No technical jargon.
No technical jargon
Yeah.
without proper definitions.
Explanations.
Explanations. Please. I put please in just because maybe, when the robots take over. All right, let's try it again. Question was, how do I set up my quad stick to work as a mouse?
Whoa, Invisible Dimensions. I know that company. So does David.
What's Invisible Dimensions?
One of our chatters said there's a company in their town that makes Toby Eye.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love Toby. They were really sweet too. There was a guy who worked there who got in touch and talked me through some of that stuff early on. Okay. Step-by-step instructions. The quad stick is used. Hands-free mouse. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Blower simplest. Yeah. Don't tell me what you're going to say. Just say it. Tasks that may require a caregiver are clearly marked. Connect the quad stick to your computer. Plug the quad stick into a USB port on your computer. If you need Bluetooth, follow the manual for pairing instructions, but USB is easiest for most users. Caregiver may be needed to help with plugging in devices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm assuming everyone knows what a USB port is, I guess. Load a mouse control profile. The quad stick uses profiles to control how it acts. Mouse, keyboard, gamepad. You need a profile set up for mouse controls. The easiest way is to use a pre-made profile.
Gotcha.
Okay. To load a mouse profile, download a computer mouse profile from the quad stick website or use the default one included with your device.
There you go, because it's default. I think mode 1 or 2 is default mouse. I kind of wish it would know that.
The default is mouse?
Mm-hmm.
The default mode is mouse. Should I add that?
Mm-hmm.
To our like if I edit we can just keep editing the space, right? Adding to the space little things as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it's going to get really good at this. That's my assumption.
I think so.
How you holding up? Are we wearing you out?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. I can't tell whether you look excited or terrified.
I'm trying to not look like I'm trying to swallow a pill.
Are you still trying to get that pill down?
I can't swallow worth a damn, dude.
So you just have to wash it down with shed loads of water and stuff?
I have to do that, and then I just basically have to taste it for an hour.
Let gravity
get stuck. Yeah.
Is there nothing you can have with it? You can't have it with like some kind of a gel of some sort that would help it to go down?
If it's like an antibiotic, I'll eat it with like pudding or ice cream. But when it's just like something I take 3 times a day, we don't make a big production out of it.
It needs to be like, you need like something around it, don't you? You need like some kind of a viscous thing around.
Okay.
Right.
I had them jam it into a gummy.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of worked
But a gummy is difficult to get down too, though, because it's got that odd shape.
Yeah, no, but it's as it says, just take a chunk of one of those like orange slices. That's like a gummy, and like smear it around it, and it went down pretty easy. But then it takes a long time to.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
I have a couple of pills that I take, and they catch right there.
Right there.
And then you get that, and they're, oh my God, what am I talking about? They're the antacid ones. The antacid ones stop there. And then they sit there and you're like, oh God, it just feels awful. It's like, I'd rather have the acid.
Right. And then have you ever taken a fish oil pill and then they get stuck right there? And it's like, oh, I'd rather be dead.
Yeah, that's the fish oil stuff is.
Ooh.
So what do we call it?
Invisible dimensions, you can. We don't mind if they put a nice link, right, to Toby.
Invisible dimensions?
No, the Toby I link.
Let me do it right now. I'll find it right now.
Well, I think they did one down below.
Oh, could they do that? I thought you couldn't add a link without.
They got a warning. They said ask permissions.
Oh, I see. And then Cal probably stepped in and got it all sorted for us. All right, let me just do this let me get the proper link in there. Copy. Here you go. Global leader in eye tracking and pioneer of attention computing. Ooh, that attention computing is pretty wild. Where they can see what you're interested in, and they can take the response of things from that. Oh, for F's sake. Here you go.
So
there you go, Toby. It's in there.
One reason I have a problem playing with that is like if you're playing a game and like you have to anticipate something. So you're looking at the thing you want to shoot, but then something's coming out of the corner of the eye, so you look over, right?
Right.
And then now you're shooting over there instead of shooting the thing you wanted to shoot.
Just killed your best friend. Yeah.
Yeah. You just Dick Cheney'd your friend.
My God. That was the hunting incident, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the guy apologized to him. Fantastic.
To load a mouse profile, download a computer. Yes, got that. Or default one installed on your device. Use the Quad Stick Manager program, QMP, on your PC to upload the profile to your Quad Stick. Open the QMP software, connect your Quad Stick, select the mouse profile, and upload it.
QMP is just Google Docs.
Yeah, it's just you basically, yeah.
So can we
it's not Google Docs, is it? Is it Google Docs or is it the Excel version? The
oh, you're right. What is that? Google
Sheets.
Yeah.
That's
what it is.
Caregiver may need to assist with downloading and uploading profiles. Basic mouse controls with the Quad Stick. Once the mouse profile is active, move the mouse pointer. Move the Quad Stick joystick in the direction you want the mouse to go. Left click, sip, gentle inhale on the main tube. Right click, gentle exhale on the main tube. Click and hold for drag. Blow for more than 1 second to hold the click, then blow again to release. Oh, see, this is like, if this can be talking to it. Now I'm choking on the pill you took.
Right. I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
I'm like so empathetic that I've got
broken. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really is.
I really am. On-screen keyboard. Use a special button or command, often the lip sensor for a specific or a sip puff to open the on-screen keyboard for typing. All of these actions can be performed by the user with their mouse. I should get my Quad Stick. Next time I'll bring the Quad Stick and we can get it to walk us through and see if I can set it up.
You'd be a terrible paramedic.
I would suck.
You'd be like, oh no, he's got hypertension. Then you flop over from hypertension.
I feel too good. Oh my God, I have no pulse. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a hypochondriac to be of any good to anyone from a medical standpoint. I should wrap up a little early because
we should.
I've got the kid is home and I don't get to see him that much.
And your honey bunch doesn't she leave town again?
She leaves town again on Wednesday. That woman is just out of here whenever she can.
She's amazingly like jet setting. And then
I think it's good though, because it means she'll stay married to me. That's what I feel like by giving her the freedom to go and do whatever she wants, then that really she has no choice but to like, what you gonna do? They're like, oh, you're such a monster.
Makes the heart grow fonder.
Exactly. I'm probably more attractive if she doesn't see me that up much.
And I'm assuming there are several Stargate figurines that have nanny cams jammed into their chest.
That I send back with her. Yes.
Well, no. That she'd keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me. I don't think she's worried about me.
Dancing that song to take the little records off the shelf.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Sorry. That was I got completely distracted. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's very true. It's very, very true.
It's true.
I'm kind of excited about this Quad Stick thing. We should.
I like it too. We can do a little less politics. Do you know what? can I be honest with everyone?
Yeah.
I was making myself kind of nervous
What do you mean?
looking at everything. Like looking
Oh,
at
you were going down. You doom scrolling
every single, well, not doom scrolling, just
the
I
internet.
try to see what was up,
Mm,
right?
mm,
And I go start researching what it was. And, just basically producing the show. And I'm
mm.
like, holy shit, there's bad news every day.
Yeah.
We have a show twice a day
Mm.
and couldn't keep up with it.
This is
We really
why.
couldn't.
But this is why I like I'm with Genius and my email of awesomeness is that I'm not allowed
Yeah.
to, like I don't let myself do. Although I will say this though, I think with something like when you're dealing with science right now, or you're dealing with disabilities right now and accessibility and stuff right now, I think you kind of have to mention the
Politics.
American
Yeah.
administration because they're doing irreparable damage to every aspect of that. I hope it's not irreparable, but I worry that this is it. Like I worry that this is a kick in the nuts that America may not be able to recover from.
What do they call it? Institutional knowledge.
Mm.
It's not like scientists, you go work at a lab that some old guy like James is there
Mm-hmm. One of those old
and he
crusty
teach
games, yeah,
right, and
yeah.
he teaches you, yeah, you just lick the petri dish and it's clean as a whistle, that kind of stuff, right? And so that knowledge is gone when they get rid of them, right? So
Mm. Well, this is it. I mean, when you stop funding, it's not like these projects just. I mean, if you've got 1,000 mice that you're doing tests on, and they
right,
suddenly stop the funding, guess what? You're starting over again.
right, and you're
'Cause where are
halfway
those
through
mouse going? Where are
a
those mice going?
20-year study, right?
Yeah.
I think
Um,
there was a 30-year study on mice where they're like trying to breed them for genetic defects,
mm,
and like all the mice have died now.
mm.
So I'd have to look.
Dial the Gate has Brenda James. Oh my God, I haven't seen Brenda for years.
Wait,
Brenda
who is that?
is the lovely woman who played uh what's her name? What's her name? Something Brown. Oh God, someone will remember. But absolutely lovely woman who played my first crush basically on Stargate before Jewel State showed up. Yeah, absolutely lovely.
Jules.
It's been so
Wait,
Katie Brown, that's it, Katie Brown. Ugh. Yeah, fabulous woman. I'm curious to hear what she's been up to. She was always interesting. She ran a company for doing boom op stuff. She had these she created these incredibly light boom arms for people to do
oh,
when they have the microphones and stuff. It was like her family company did that. It's
I'll
amazing.
bet your lack of forearm strength like really inspired her.
I think so. I think that was it.
Yeah,
Like that poor man, he'd never be able to lift that thing for
he
long.
couldn't do this.
Exactly. There's no way. All right. Well, let's wrap it up then. I'll grab the quad stick. I'll attach it here and try not to. God, like I don't make things easy, do I? Like let's stream and do it with a quad stick. That'll be interesting.
Well, I'll have to talk more.
Which is
But
fine.
okay,
You're welcome.
everybody, I am going to keep up the politics. We got to. I
Yeah.
have to because it makes me, well, it does make me nervous. I really feel like I've done something and keeping people abreast of not just what the political thing is, but what's the ramifications of that.
Yeah.
You know,
And this
so
is again, this is the whole point is to get our perspectives on things so that,
right.
if that's politics. Look, I've just always avoided politics myself because I've never really felt that I knew enough about it or that it, that
I
it
could see it
impacted.
cutting off opportunities for YouTube though. So
Maybe. I mean, like but
yeah,
let's face it, at this point, I worry about not talking about it now because
me too.
it just feels a bit complicit, I mean, if you don't say anything, then
Right.
I mean, again, I'm always a bit wishy-washy on this stuff. I feel bad, but because if I don't know something, I want to see where the sources are for stuff because I am seeing an awful lot of misinformation on both sides of this stuff. And I think
Yeah.
part of that is, but I just, yeah, I struggle with what's going on. I'm really struggling with what's going on with this stuff.
I don't know why anybody like MSNBC would exaggerate something. I hate that because you don't have to.
No,
All you have to just tell the truth. Don't add, don't embellish, just tell it.
The problem is this, I think, is there is no such thing as the truly passive eye. You can't. Everyone has,
True.
just by the nature of where you look, is making a political decision when it comes to this stuff. So I've been trying to do, scrape the barrel with some of the there's a few podcasts with the Doge folks and things that I've been trying to listen to, just to understand how they are how they are normalizing this, how they see this, as
Yes.
how they're making sense of this. Um, and
Oh,
and the
thanks.
What was that?
Somebody said they really appreciate us talking about it.
Oh, good, good. I mean, look, there's always going to be people who hate it and people who like it, and I feel like it's really weird to feel how much things have changed, certainly in my head, about this stuff
Yeah.
since the beginning. I mean, but I do think we've done irreparable damage, because I think the world is going to go like, wait a second, what's to stop them from voting in another,
Moron. Yeah. Well,
bizarre,
like, okay, if you make a treaty with America, what does that mean? Right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing if Trump suddenly decides to, the next time he's back in power, to ditch them all in favor of tariffs. I mean, like, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
The Ukraine, we made a deal with them in like 94 or 2 that they could get rid of their nukes because we would protect them. Right? And that's gone.
It really worries me that the whole world is all stocking up on defense spending again.
Right?
There's lots of money being made right now as people buy, at a time when let's look at the face of war. The face of war is a bunch of freaking drones and air balloons and shit right now. Like, it's not like that's what's doing the damage. Like, it's sure, they've got giant bombs and missiles and all this kind of stuff that could blow up huge things, but the reality is they're being taken on by a bunch of guys with DJIs.
The Ukraine guys sunk the pride of the Russian fleet, their giant battleship with drones. Do you remember that or no?
I don't.
They used drones with like goggles on, and they sunk it.
FPV. Wait a sec. Oh, right. You mean, sorry, in the Black Sea? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. That was way early on, though, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like what you're saying, it's a tech war now. It's not a. Oh no! Please, everybody, remind me. I'll write it down. I want to talk about what Shatner was actually going to say when Bezos cut him off and shot champagne all over the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shatner was going to say something really cool that actually depressed him, knowing that everything we need is right there and we're squandering it. It was so amazing.
Which is so true. Looking for other planets to live on. This is a perfectly good one right here. All right. I can hear the chaos beginning. I'm going to go and see what's going on and how I can be a helpful part of my family again.
And good luck tomorrow, dude.
Thank you. Yes, I have a read-through tomorrow, and I hope to not embarrass myself or anyone else in the process.
I assume that Jack Black, Danny DeVito, and Jason Momoa are going to be in it.
That would be amazing. Yes,
because they're in everything now. So yeah,
that is true. Yeah. That'd be kind of fun, though. See them again.
Wow, they just told you break a leg. Join me, David.
Break a leg. That's it. Break a leg. That's it. That's the notes you're supposed to say, right? It's not supposed to say good luck. You're supposed to say break a leg.
Break your neck, but way down. By their shoulders.
Which C? Give me a C on
that. Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much. Yes.
Bye,
Lance, what do you got to say?
Oh God, I can't hear. Remember? Oh, I can't remember.
Remember to
enjoy yourself, everybody.
Stand up to
sit down. Fight.
And I will say, until we geek again, be brave, be kind, be brilliant, and be here when we show up again. That'd be great.
Yeah. Huzzah!
Cheerio, and all that jazz. All right, I'm going to stop the stream. Thanks, everyone. Have fun.